Today on Studio G, what women are doing to protect themselves on and off college campuses.
Out with the old and in with the new. A new guide brings awareness to the hidden gem of Las Vegas.
The portrayal of female athletes is a highly debated topic, how a documentary is bringing awareness to UNLV. Right now, it's Studio G.
We start with breaking news this afternoon. Bodies wrapped with plastic and tape found in a North Las Vegas home. Welcome to this edition of Studio G. I'm Alvin Loy.
And I'm Victoria Janae. A 30-year-old Darius Devon Sorrells was booked on 2 counts of murder in his North Las Vegas home.
According to a document, officers arrived at the home for a welfare check of Sorrells' mother and sister, but only to find a body wrapped in a plastic bag. Another body found in a bathtub of his family member. The 30-year-old's set bail is still to be determined.
Allergy sufferers didn't get a break from the spring weather this season. Sniffles, coughing, and sneezing are heard like an orchestra all around the valley. But a study at UNLV is in the works to help those living in misery. Reporter Elena Ledbetter brings us our top story.
Allergy season has hit UNLV hard, leaving students sniffling, sneezing, and wheezing their way through the rest of their semester.
My nose runs, my throat hurts.
I get all congested, get really stuffy and a headache.
Just kind of tough it out, maybe some ibuprofen.
But help may be on the way. Pollen counting has returned to Las Vegas and will be studied at UNLV. The count will provide a more detailed pollen forecast of the valley.
It allows somebody who's suffering from allergies to maybe avoid certain periods of time going out or avoiding places to go.
The project started a few years back, but was discontinued in 2010 due to the economic downturn. Now, Dennis Bazelinski, director of the School of Life Sciences, and his team are using funding from their partner, the Clark County School District, to continue it and further their pollen research. Their best samples are collected by their air sampler kept on the roof of the Juanita Greer White Hall. The team here at UNLV used these air samplers to better monitor the pollen and mold count around the valley.
Orifice in the sampler which suck the air inside the sampler, so the pollen and these particles gonna be attached on the tape, and it keep rotating, and after 7 days it's gonna finish one turn. That's how we collect the samples.
After the air samples are collected, team member and graduate student Fred Jin collects and logs the pollen data.
Because right now we are in the pollen season and mulberry is a big problem right now. And if you want to have a look at it, you can see a lot of mulberry pollens here.
Bazelinski and his team hope to collect enough data to better predict later allergy seasons and help the community around them.
We're trying to give something back and show that UNLV is doing something to help the community and in the public health field as well as the biology field.
Reporting for Studio G, I'm Elena Ledbetter.
Bazelinski and his team are in the process of being licensed with the Allergy Bureau so that they can send their data out to be observed and analyzed from a national level. The team hopes to have their latest research and data on CCSD's website soon for the public to view whenever they want.
Rape and sexual assaults are becoming a growing concern on college campuses, but the UNLV Police Department is taking matters in its own hand and offering a class to women in case they ever come face-to-face with this scary situation.
Girls on Guard, a female self-defense class, was held by the UNLV Department of Police Services. Open to all female students, faculty, staff, and community members, this class was intended to help women feel safer and better prepared if faced with a dangerous situation.
Get away! We have 7 techniques that we go through where we have the students come in and we teach them the techniques one by one.
According to the National Institute of Justice, only 40% of the 2,500 schools surveyed offer sexual assault training like the one taught here. And most training isn't available to students.
We have a male police officer come in, who's our bad man. He's wearing the nice padding. And so the students get to practice against him. And that is, I would say, the best part of the class, is that real scenario-based training that gives them that, okay, that fear.
Participants were eager and willing to learn and practice the hands-on self-defense techniques, including UNLV student Jada Langston.
I leave campus late, so like from the library, from studying, and it could be like 9 or 10 o'clock at night, so I thought it'd be more comfortable if I actually knew how to help defend myself.
UNLV Police Sergeant Denise Murphy has been teaching the Girls on Guard female self-defense class to the women of the Las Vegas community for 6 years, and she doesn't plan on stopping.
The one thing that I would want them to take is to practice, to think about, be aware of what's around them, and to know that they are strong.
For Studio G, I'm Tristan Balagtas.
Girls on Guard is held throughout the year. Be sure to check out the UNLV website at police.unlv.edu for more information. After the break, we'll have our science and technology.
Stay tuned, Studio G will be right back.
I'm Christian FGY.
Kaylin Height.
And I'm Jay Luna.
And we're ULV Theory.
It's an underground hip-hop show here at UNLV,
where we focus on making the hip-hop culture in the Las Vegas Valley more prevalent and just making people more aware of up-and-coming underground hip-hop artists.
Basically, we play what we like. It's really as simple as that. Most of the stuff we like are our hits, so it's both.
On KUNV HD2, Las Vegas.
Hello, I'm Donald Woods with this Thursday segment of Science and Technology News. New technology could help protect student athletes from injuries. A Kansas high school quarterback suffered a concussion a few years back. He says they mostly happen when you don't see the hit coming. It's a new virtual football program and headset. Team plays are programmed into it, and the athletes get to see the play develop from every angle. Kansas City native Brendan Riley came up with the new software as a trainer on the KU basketball staff. Now his vision is reality. Well, virtual reality. The big benefit for student athletes comes from less time taking hits out on the practice field and more time studying plays and reaction to those plays in the headset. It's technology that's sweeping the country right now. Amazon unveiled a new media streaming device. It has been named Fire TV. It has been described as a whole parallel universe of streaming network TV that are available on sites like Netflix, Amazon, and Hulu. It features voice recognition software. You hold the remote control to your mouth and speak the name of the program you want to search for, and a list pops up of all your options. Video games are also included to search and play. Microsoft has announced a free update to their operating platform, Windows 8.1. This new operating system is designed to improve the experience for mouse and keyboard users. Among some of those changes, the taskbar will now be accessible from anywhere in the system, including the start screen. Users will also be able to pin modern apps to the taskbar. The Windows 8.1 update will be available as a free download on April the 8th. That's all the science and technology news I have for this Thursday. I'm Donald Woods, and now we'll have our national and international news.
Thanks, Donald. An Italian factory worker placed stolen French paintings for almost 40 years in his kitchen in Sicily. I'm Kelby Weiler with your national and international news. The two artists responsible for the paintings, which are thought to be worth millions, were Paul Gauguin and Pierre Bonnard. Stolen from London in 1970, press reports at the time claimed they were taken from Terence Kennedy's home in Regent's Park. 3 men posing as police officers were accompanied by 2 burglar alarm engineers the night of the robbery. They were let in by the housekeeper, who was asked to make them a cup of tea, and when she returned, the men were gone. The Metropolitan Police's Art and Antiques Unit in London is working to clarify the situation and figure out who the painting's rightful owners will be. On to another story of how a small purchase can turn into a big win. The one and only winner of the $425.3 million Powerball jackpot came forward Tuesday to claim his prize. It is no coincidence that the announcement fell on April Fool's Day. According to California lottery officials, he purposely chose that date to turn in his ticket and wore a shirt featuring Yoda from Star Wars that read, "Luck of the Jedi I have." B. Raymond Buxton chose to take the cash option and will be receiving $242.2 million before taxes. Authorities said yesterday that active explosions outside of Cairo University's engineering faculty in Egypt killed 1 and injured at least 5 other people. 2 bombs were concealed in a tree between security posts and went off seconds apart, with a third exploding near a police checkpoint. An armed group known as Egypt Soldiers have claimed responsibility by posting on their official Twitter account, saying the attacks were in retaliation for increased arrest campaigns. That's all the national and international news I have for you, and now we'll send it back to the desk.
Looking for a venture in the downtown area?
There's a book called Discover Downtown Las Vegas that can help.
From hidden attractions to the history of old Las Vegas, co-founder of the book, Lorelei Ezra, tells us it's where old school meets new cool.
What we're finding is there's not one resource that really covers everything. So this is going to be that resource. This is going to fix that problem. Stuff that just was not down here at all before. So, I like seeing the growth because it really feels to me like there's excitement, there's energy, there's people. There's a sense of community where when I was younger, I can't say that there was, especially not downtown.
Working with founder Barry Bradley, Ezra is a Las Vegas native who also has a marketing company called Crowd Siren. They plan to make the whole tour fluid.
Our business partner, Barry, he was downtown and he would come visit all the time before he lived here. He always saw people on Fremont Street sort of looking around, like walking down Fremont Street Experience, but not going into the casinos, sort of looking a little confused. One day he saw someone taking a picture of Vegas Vic. And he's like, "Do you know what you're taking a picture of?" He's like, "No, it's just really cool." He's like, "Well, let me tell you the story."
Over a year, Barry started collecting stories of everything that happened downtown and the history of where Vegas started. He turned everything he compiled into a book to help tourists and locals know what they were looking at and what to look for.
If you have any question, you can visit downtownlasvegas.com.
Radio show. We talk to new artists, major artists, the best artists. We talk about hip hop, R&B, anything else, hot topics. This is awesomeness. Play some new hip hop. Second hour, we typically play new R&B. Freaking amazing. I'm Scribe Cash. I'm the best. What's up? It's your girl Scribe Cash. This is the Scribe Cash radio show. You can listen to me on the rebelhd2.com.
Look at this video. Minnesota has a new record for snowfall after a storm hit the area and more than a foot of snow in 24 hours. People heard a combination of thunder, lightning, and snow. But meteorologists say winter storms was only half as bad as of the blizzard back in 1997. But here in the West Coast has been a very wet week, and in Las Vegas we're warming up. We're at 60 and a low of 43, and it seems like we're having some rain in Reno and snow standing at 51, and Arcata at 55. Now we're having a lot of winds, a lot of snow, moving towards the west. We see a lot of rain towards Colorado and snow and moving in towards the east side of right, as you see right here. Such a disturbance. But anyways, now snow is hitting badly in Minnesota and many towns in the east. And same thing with New York City. They're standing at 48. Augusta at 42, but Miami is nicely and warm, and they're standing at 84. But going back to our week, we're going to be having cold, chilly winds towards the end of the night, but the rest of the week is going to get warmer. So for you love heaters, you're going to be expecting a nice, warm week. Take a look. Friday is going to be at 68, and Saturday is going to be at 69, but Sunday throughout the week is going to get warmer. So it will be a good news. So I recommend you to go out there, have some fun, and enjoy your week. After the break, we'll be back with Don and a nice guest he has, Dr. Mullen, so stay tuned.
Participation in Greek fraternity and sorority life at UNLV can provide an experience like no other, with benefits including supportive friends, leadership and career opportunities, and community service.
Greek life at UNLV is really great because it's a good way to network and meet new people from all over the place.
We got academics and we're all about that culture. So we encompass everything all around, and we're out here and we're trying to better ourselves and try to make it better, and let's just make it all better all together.
Volunteers of Girl Scouts of Southern Nevada.
Hi, welcome back from the break. I'm Donald Woods, and joined with us today is Dr. Lawrence Millen, Professor and Director of the Hank Greenspun School of Journalism and Media Studies. Dr. Millen, how are you?
I'm great, Don. Thanks. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's a pleasure for you to be up in here. So the other night, you also actually organized an event here inside of the Greenspun Auditorium related to women in sports and media, and we actually covered a summary of that on yesterday's show. So tell me, what steps did you make in organizing that event?
Well, with any event, you have a lot of kind of just basic stuff like hotel reservations, flight plans for the guest. We had the co-producer here from the University of Minnesota, and so just making her comfortable and promoting the event and getting people into the auditorium are all part of the organization of such an event.
Now, I'm just curious because the topic was women inside of sports media and the coverage of it. So I'm just wondering, where did you get the idea to put on the event? Because that is a topic that usually not a lot of people talk about.
Sure, but it's an important topic, the portrayal of women in the media, and especially athletes. There's a lot of social issues, problems associated with the way women are portrayed in the media. And sports is one angle that we decided to promote here because, for one, we're very interested in starting a concentration in media and sports in the Hank Greenspun School of Journalism and Media Studies. And we thought this was one way to kind of get some interest going in it. So this is one of the reasons why we like to have this kind of an event here and collaborate with the athletics department as well.
And I could see that there was a lot of interest, being that it was not a sold out event, but surely there was a lot of people in the auditorium for this event. I'm just curious, do you guys ever see possibly having a class here in the journalism school that strictly teaches women in sports media?
Well, maybe not strictly women in sports. We just had a course approved on media and sports. And that would probably be one topic as part of that class. But there are other classes around the campus that might also cover topics related to that. I haven't seen anything specific on that topic, but that would be something to look at possibly.
And I attended this event and I got footage as well. I'm just curious, any more events coming up that's going to feature documentary filmmakers or certain media topics?
Nothing planned right now. We only have about a month left to the semester. These events cost money that is fairly scarce around the university these days. So we're probably looking at maybe one event like this per semester.
And how about for you as well? You're also an instructor and also a director. So any classes that you have coming up?
Well, let's see. I might be teaching a class in the fall, but only a graduate level class, and then possibly next spring a course in virtual worlds and social media, but we'll see.
Yeah, as director, it's taking up most of your time, I'm assuming. That you have you're really busy.
Yes. Yeah, I've only been at it for a few months since last July, and it's quite a bit to learn when you're just starting off in an administrative position like this.
Yeah, certainly there is a high demand. I know some people have asked me about the virtual worlds class. Where is it and where is it gone? And yeah, so they're expecting it.
Well, I hope to teach it again, and hopefully in the spring of 2015.
Okay, we'll see. All right, we're out of time now. Dr. Mullen, thank you so much for coming in here today.
It was great. It was great. Thanks for having me.
My pleasure. Stay tuned. We'll be right back after this break.
Our third pod is Kat Gonzalez. We mainly talk about pop culture and whatever movie or TV show that we're interested in right now. Pretty much everything about media, current events, current everything regarding pop culture and stuff. I want them to laugh at us because we're so awkward most of the time. I'm Chelsea. I'm Toby. And we're 3 Ps in a pod. Come listen to us at therebelhd2.com.
Last semester, we introduced a new series where reporter Katie McLean explored the riches of Nevada's history to celebrate its 150th birthday. Well, now she's back for season 2 of Studio G's original with her series Battleborn.
Miners side by side going 3 feet a day. Those are the working conditions. Can you imagine that? That's how they're working down here.
Way out in the land of the western sun, where the wind blows wild and free, there's a lovely spot, just the only one that means home sweet home to me. Home means Nevada, home means the hills, home means the sage and the pine, right in the heart of the golden west. Home means Nevada to me.
Today on Battleborn, we visit the El Dorado Canyon mines located in Searchlight, Nevada. These canyons were opened in 1864 during the Civil War. So come on in, grab your flashlight, because who knows what treasures you might find.
American Indians and Spanish prospectors called El Dorado Canyon home in the late 1700s. By the 1860s, the canyon was home to prospectors who made their way up the Colorado River from Yuma, Arizona on steamboats. During this time, nearly 300 people lived in El Dorado Canyon compared to the 40 in what would eventually become Las Vegas, Nevada.
The canyon's really a lot of early Southern Nevada history. When you look in all the history, newspaper clippings in Pioche, Nevada, when you're talking about Southern Nevada, you're not talking about Las Vegas, you're talking about El Dorado Canyon. Because this is where all the miners worked and lived. And so this is the big payroll is right here in the canyon. And Vegas is just the supplier of food to the miners because they can't grow it out here. So
the mine became one of the state's largest as workers blasted and dug deeper and deeper into the hills.
Our 2 guys are going a day, 3 feet. This would be like 1/12 or 1/16 of a day's work. 2 guys side by side going 3 feet a day.
By the early 1900s, the El Dorado Canyon mine and 3 other area mines had produced more than $5 million worth of ore.
A lot of people don't realize in Nevada, one of our biggest industries besides gambling and tourism would be mining. Right now, as we speak, if Nevada were a country, we'd be the 3rd largest gold producing country in the world. This is kind of cool. You guys got to see this. What you're looking at right there, that is a mule, that picture. And what they're going to do is they're going to put a pack saddle on his back, leggings on his legs, cinch that baby up tight and lower him down into the mine where they can work for weeks at a time.
The history's alive out here just because we talk about it every day. You know, you hear it, you're always looking for more, researching more, and history's phenomenal. I love it out here.
Even though they may not be mining silver or gold anymore, the El Dorado Canyon shows that there are still plenty of historical treasures to be dug up. For Studio G, this is Katie McLean.
Adjusting to a home away from home right out of high school isn't always easy, but there is power in numbers. With 90 registered members, the ULV Hawaiian Club is making waves and spreading a little aloha. Reporter Nicole Reynolds has the details.
E kahi, e lua, e kolu, e ha, e lima, e ono, e hiku, e valu. E valu meaning 8, the number to represent the 8 islands that make up the Hawaiian chain, and to represent the 8 Hawaiian islands represented at UNLV.
Being that we are in the mainland, of course it differs because we're not back in the islands. We don't have the water here, and the people are a lot different up here than they are back home. Being that we are all up here, we get to experience that together, and I think that's one of the main things.
The Evalu Club meets once monthly, but also participates in community service to show the public the aloha spirit that they were brought up with. Their most popular public event is their lua, the Hawaiian party.
It's a way for all of our members to kind of gather everything that they worked on throughout the year and just expressing through dance, which is what Polynesian culture is, and we just want to share that with the UNLV community, the Las Vegas community, to kind of bring everyone together and like show them what Polynesians or Hawaiians are about.
This is the Evalu Club's third annual luau. Their first luau brought in 250 people, and their second brought in 500. This year, the club is looking to expand that number by featuring multiple things key to island living.
We're actually going to have Hawaiian cuisine, and we're going to have our student showcase. We're going to do 4 different Polynesian cultural dances. We're going to do hula, which is the Hawaiian, Samoan from Samoa, Tahitian, and Maori from New Zealand. And it's about an hour-long show, so it should be really good.
For Studio G, I'm Nicole Reynolds.
This year, Luau will take place April 19th in the Student Union Ballroom. To purchase tickets, email the Evalu Club ticket chair, Jonessa Halsey, at halsey@unlv.nevada.edu.
Ratings are high for many apps. One app that's taking over people's free time is Candy Crush. Let's check out what's happening.
Do y'all know Candy Crush? Do you
Yeah,
know this
yeah,
app? Okay. The people who know it are obsessed with it.
Celebrities such as Adam Levine and various others are addicted to this Candy Crush game, not just us. And Candy Crush has also appeared on YouTube with the Muppets to warn people about how addicting this game can be.
Don't play that game. It's not just candy. It's evil. Evil candy.
All different kinds of people choose to play Candy Crush for their pleasure. Candy Crush is very fun and can be downloaded at the App Store for free. We all have our days where we are almost late to class due to waking up late, and the result, we get a speeding ticket on the way to school. There's one app that could help you out in an unexpected speeding ticket situation. To help you out if you get pulled over. It's basically designed to help you out if you get pulled over. Getting pulled over can be very bad. It can be very time consuming, but this app is designed to give you help and aid on what to say to the cop. And if the cop says anything derogatory to you, the whole conversation could be recorded and the conversation could be sent to your lawyer to help fight against that ticket. So technology nowadays could be our mechanical best friend. Now, would any of you guys actually use that old crap app in a desperate situation?
Well, where was this app last year when I got pulled over? I would definitely have used it then, avoid paying all those speeding tickets, rushing to class, got 2 tickets in a row, like, oh crap, like for
It's the first reaction you'll think of when you see a police. Just go, oh crap, what am I gonna do now? But now with this kind of situation, I'll be like, okay, now I have something to know what to do. Have you ever had to use this app before?
Well, I actually just downloaded the app and I've been driving pretty clean right now, so
well,
I haven't been speeding or anything. So
definitely a lot of students will.
I would use that app.
Yeah, a lot of students will definitely benefit from this. That's all that we have for today. I'm Victoria Janae.
And I'm Alvin Loy. Tomorrow, we'll bring you our magazine show with some of the top stories of the past week.
Have a great week, Las Vegas.